All right. Yeah, guys. Still not sure if you guys are really interested in these kind of videos. I like doing them just because it's nice to look back. Basically, fourth wipe for me. Pretty interesting base. Really enjoyed building it. Not 100% sure that I enjoyed living in it as much as building it. But yeah, let me take you through that. So let's start off just map location. I think this was a very important one for me. Really like this. I'm a big fan of Mill Base Power Plant. These were my main two monuments. Obviously had the abandoned supermarket, Oxham, and the ferry terminal over there, with quite a bit to do there. Sewer branch didn't use too much of that. Not my forte, but yeah, quite a bit of fun living in this area over here. Right then, in terms of the base design, I think from a high level perspective, it's almost a 5-pointed star kind of concept. You'll see what that looks like once we're on the inside. Basically have a few external buildings, all with inward facing turrets. Yeah, they basically 2x1 airlock designs, and they've got just sort of the battery, some TC. Some of them I've put storage in there, and I use them quite a bit, especially to split up my loot at the peak. Just to increase the raid costs. I think that's the key thing about this base is not that it is the most unraidable base, not by a long shot, but it certainly is a very high cost base. Right, so garage over here. I've got the 4-module camper. That's still my go-to, seeing as I still don't know how to fly the fucking heli. But yeah, I actually landed up with 2 vehicles. This was just my first one because ferry terminal got the sort of whatever you call it, the car build thing there. I managed to secure that one very early on. Used it quite a bit. Then upgraded to the 4 module, but this is still my go-to. I mean, there's nice cruising around, collecting scrap and all those kind of things using that. In here, just used to have a fully kitted horse in here, and I gave it food, and now it's gone. But anyway, there was a horse in there, and then here is the inward-facing turret off the garage. And then you'll see I've got another 2x1 turret house over there. Another 2x1 turret house over here. I see that garage door's not open. Oh, this is also where I set up my shop. And then you'll see each one has a loot box or two. That allows me to just split my loot up quite a bit. You'll have to excuse, there's some power issues. I got surprised by attack heli just a few minutes ago, and so it's wrecked my electronics. I won't be able to show all of that to you guys, and I'm too lazy to fix it, especially a day just before wipe. Just have some sort of beehives over here. This really is just for me to go and sell at Bandit Camp, so I can get some more scrap and just max out my tree. But starting off with the base, obviously we've got 3 turrets at the top there as well. So we've got inward facing and outward facing turrets. I've got the SAM. I'm a big fan of that SAM side. I've got and then the 2 windmills over there. Excuse this, I just put these back up so I could actually run my furnaces. They're not meant to be there, it's just because my electronics are messed up at the moment, and I had those solar panels spare. Right, starting off in here, this is the airlock. Thanks to whoever was selling the DLC items over here. I really enjoyed using them. Not sure they're worth purchasing, but I do like the wall cabinet. Alright, and as you can see, this is a bit messed up right now. But okay, this is my early warning system. Not that it's necessary on a server like this. And it's just, I don't know, it's bugging out now because of the power issues. Basically, we've got a green light, shows safe to exit. Got the red light at the moment, the heartbeat sensor that sits just outside over there. Heartbeat sensor picks someone up. Green light turns off, red light turns on. Very simple circuit, basically an AND circuit. The power runs in for the red light over here as well as from the HBF. If both of them has a power signal, it will then switch on the red light. The pass-through of the red light goes into the blocker switch on the side over there that then blocks the green light, and that's how you get the red and the green light to work interchangeably. Right, to the induct, I've got, this is just my sort of, I died somewhere, you need to get my stuff back sort of kits. These aren't raid protect kits or anything like that. That really is just to, sort of get me back in the game quickly if I need to. I've got my fridge over here, and then my auto smelter set up over here, just 3 smelters, single box, everything goes in here, it comes out, same one, works pretty well. I'll first, before I go into the core, I'll take you around so you can see the 5-star pointed star. I've opened up all of these garage doors. There's a lot of them to obviously increase the raid cost, and there should be a lot more. I just sort of lost interest and I ran out of gears. But yeah, basically these pass through into my bedrooms. These are properly kitted, sort of raid kits and those kind of things in there. Got some extra storage over here, split a lot of my important loot throughout all of the bedrooms. Obviously again increasing the raid costs, and these lights aren't working because of the stupid fucking attack helicopter. Alright, but anyway, so that's pretty much the setup of all the rooms, and there are 3 rooms in total on the ground floor, and they would all look like this. And then we go out here, and every sort of other one has got the outward facing turrets. I wanted to do heartbeat sensors and allow them to open up, only when a threat is present. But after I purchased these DLC items from a store, my electricity needs shot up quite a bit, and I kind of abandoned that idea. Then you go through, and you can see now the pattern sort of repeats itself. Here's another sort of raid kit set up over there with some extra storage in a bedroom. There's another sort of box, and I split my loot up quite a bit. Obviously, as you can see, it increases the raid costs by not just booming into my core and taking everything. So it's not unraidable, but it is an expensive raid, I think. You can see there we've got another outward facing turret, and there's 3 of them in total. This is my sort of mixing table. There is then my last bedroom over here. Again, this one's not properly kitted. Solo life. We don't always have the time to do that. Right, here's some extra boxes. So everything is very modularized over here, which I quite like. Especially considering what the raid costs, or how that affects the raid costs. Then at the center of this base, now what this was supposed to be, this was supposed to be a sort of overlay bunker where you can have double ceilings. I just struggled too much, and I gave up. I think it's a skill issue on my side, but yeah, it was supposed to be able to have stackable ceilings, and I just lost patience doing that. The core is painful. It's all pretty much HQM. These are the reason these are just metal. That's the honeycomb. But yeah, full HQM core, a very annoying core, let me tell you that much, especially once the armor doors on there. While there were garage doors here, it was a nice place to live in. The moment I got the armor doors, that changed quite a bit. Yeah, just some sort of extra storage in there going into a core, and again, the core, as you can see, is basically designed to maximize raid costs. Yeah, it's just a triangle core over here. Yeah, the upkeep isn't too bad. I mean, it's not nothing, but it isn't that bad. I mean, a nice fat farming run start of the day kind of takes care of whatever you need to do. So had no problems there. Here, just got some pretty much ammo. I don't have a lot of guns in here because they're all in the bedrooms and locker kits, etc. But alright, so that sums up basically the core. Right, and these doors are set up in a way that it keeps creating airlocks, so even if I leave something open, it's going to be a pain to raid. That was sort of intentional. Alright, then in terms of jump ups, I really like these triangle ladder hatches, and I like to open them this way because now it is creating another airlock. If that door behind it is open, you still can't pass through, and I'm notoriously bad with closing doors and hatches, so I like setting them up in this way, and that takes us through to, I guess, a bit of a scuffed roof. Look, let's just say I messed it up. I could think of a lot of excuses, but really comes down to just not doing it properly. I don't think I did a very good job with where I should not have placed these corner roofs on here. I thought it'd be nice to have, sort of shooting floor kind of effect over here, but it turned out to be more of a nuisance, and it took so much space away that it's hard to get in and up here. Again, as you'll see, there's just a lot of garage doors, and that purely is to create, or add to the raid costs. I wanted to put in boxes in there, but unfortunately you can get through those triangles. It's hard, but you can still get through them. So why is this the wrong way around? I guess I won't be able to now. Okay, but so the bad execution on these roofs. I should have just closed them up and created bedrooms or something like that, right? Or outward facing sort of turrets. Here's another one that just leads in from the opposite side of the base, right? These go up to my... Then I've got a sort of center core over here, and this, you can pretty much go around all the way through, and you can see why I thought it might be a good idea in theory, because you can open these doors. You've got a shooting floor if you've been online raided, whatever the case might be. But yeah, so as you can see, the execution was bad, and I ended up just putting these garage doors over here because now I was not able to seal off these sections because you can actually get through. So it was poorly thought out. I'll definitely improve that. Right, then we've got a center core bedroom over here. This one is nicely kitted too, sort of raid defense kits over there. Again, did a lot of splitting of loot on this one over here, and then we've got another entry over here. Again, another proper sort of raid defense kits, and then again splitting of the loot. And my loot is quite low. I'm trying to sell and recycle as much as I can to get as much scrap as I can for the next one. Right, then this was supposed to be the roof access, and this what really broke. Somehow this roof does not allow me to get in here. I guess I would have been able to get in if this hatch was on a different sort of rotation, but I can't get through here. So what I ended up doing is I sort of just plonked down a few shotgun traps just to keep helis off the roof, but yeah, this obviously did not work out at all. Maybe I should just, I wonder if I doubt that upgrading it. Sorry, and I've got this issue with my mouse. I'm so annoyed. Keeps on hooking. I think it might be my mouse pad that's dirty. Oh, okay. Well, all right. So it seemed to have been this team. That's wonderful. End of wipe, and I finally can access my roof. Okay. All right. Yeah. Lesson learned. Not that I spend a lot of time up there. I wanted to try and take heli a few times, see if I could. I've never done that before, and I sort of wanted a roof, but yeah, I guess I'll leave that for another time. I'm seriously lacking some experience in this game. Right, I'm not going to close everything now. I'll do that once we are done. Then obviously here's just the ladder hatch running down here. I know people don't like ladder hatches and they prefer jump ups, but the risk of being raided on the server is so much lower that I like the look more than I care for for the security. But yeah, so did I enjoy living in this base? I certainly don't after I've put in these doors. When there were garage doors in here, I really, accessing everything was easy, but now it's like every time you try and open try and open a box and a door closer, so that's very annoying. Luckily I only upgraded those last night to HQM, but yeah, that's I don't like the fact that you sort of have to go around this circle to you know, if you want to craft some GP or you want to you know, research something. I don't like going around like this. Yeah, just personal preference. Now this is looking pretty okay. Everything, all the essentials are here that I need for, you know, a next wipe, which I think is great. Then if I can show you the, and you can see how annoying that is right now that you like physically see me move around this place. It is actually quite annoying. All right, then you've got the sort of tech tree over here. Again, I just really just focus on the essential bits that I need. You know, I would very much still like to unlock yeah, at least the SAM missiles, maybe some HVs over there, but I'm pretty happy. I mean, just given what I use on a daily basis. This tree is pretty full. I've got 24 hours, but I'm most certainly going to get my rockets and hopefully those two. But I mean, that's 2100 scrap. That's a lot. I guess I need these as well. That takes up to 2800 scrap. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had 2 raids. These were low-key raids. Just properties that popped up almost right around my my base. Yeah, one was already decaying, so that was nothing exciting, and the second one was also sort of an eco raid scenario. But those are my 2 first official sort of raids, if you want to call it that, and this being my 3rd wipe. You know, we're getting there. But yeah, the focus mostly was just getting the hang of the recoil control, you know, learning how to shoot a bit better and those kind of things. But yeah, so in the end, really enjoyed the base. I think it's a good base in terms of defense. Like I said, it's not unraidable, but I do think the raid cost is a very high deterrent. So yeah, I mean, ideally, I wasn't close to HQM Quarry at all. I would have loved to have all of the bedrooms in HQM, but yeah, at this point in time, the cost is a bit absurd. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, there I've got power plant over there. I've got sewer branch right over there. I've got abandoned military base right over there. I've got the Oxums and the supermarkets right there and there, and so yeah, it was a pretty good spot. Yeah, thanks guys, looking forward to the next wipe there.